Hello everybody, this is Mr. MMW. I'm coming back to you once again with the game War in the Pacific. This time the game against Lodrik, and we are gonna look at the combat save from the last turn. Now, in my excitement, I have already looked at it, but one day has passed, so let's watch it again. I do not have the setup as of recording this, but of course, when you see this video, I will. So let's go. Some interesting things happen. First of all, he unloads at put one with something. The game isn't telling us what. So our destroyers that are escaping from Manila just hit a mine. That is very unfortunate. And our mine layer, which is going to mine Sinkawang, nearly got hit by a sub. And this turn you're gonna see a pattern for Lodrik subs. The Arrow 64 has a really bad captain, clearly. 6 torpedoes at the Louisville and she misses. Now, this is also a gigantic failure on the part of my escort, because I have 6 whole destroyer mines layers next to her, and none of them even intercept her, even see the torpedoes. So, congratulations. And once again, Arrow 63, and he has his subs deployed in a row. Very dangerous. Another 6 torpedoes, and she once again leaves. As of yet, the Louisville has just lost 12 lives. We will see if she has enough lives to make it back to Pearl Harbor. Anyway, he's using his cruisers to bombard the Butuan. For some reason unexplainable, he's not bombarding Cagayan, which would be the smart target for the Japanese, because here are aircraft, or at least they were. But okay, he wants to lose ships, that's okay. And one of our oilers in Manila sunk, expected. Over here, you cannot see it right now, but I have a bunch of patrols, just patrolling some preliminary lanes for transport. And I have 0 cargo ships going around, so the man can sweep me however much he wants. He will not find anything to torpedo. Over here, of course, it's another matter. I'm evacuating a bunch of valuable ships, going over here, and one of them gets intercepted. We do not have any escorts to help them, so unfortunate, but this is just how it's gonna be. And I think, because I just heard a mine, I think he just hit some kind of mine. I'm not sure where. Maybe at Singapore? I do not know. Or maybe in Merak, but I do not know. And again, our submarines, our sub patrols are doing a good job. He's sweeping Singora for some reason, as if I didn't move everything to Singapore already. And he's operating, take a look. He's operating his sallies out of Port Arthur. Now that's an interesting maneuver. And this is what I... This was one of the funniest moments of this campaign so far. I scared him so bad into coming into Nanchang. We are into Nanchang. that he isn't even bombing Clark Field. He's bombing our troops here. This is a massive W for us. This is a massive W. He's so scared of us here that our Philippine Air Force can simply do their business. Meaning that not only will we be able to take off today, but also tomorrow and perhaps the day after. So congratulations for acting upon your impulses. He's sweeping Marsing, and as you can see, he is going to land here. And I can tell you this right now, it won't go particularly well. I have no idea why he's doing that, especially considering what I'm about to do. So he's sweeping Singapore, and of course he wins, but we destroy 1-0 at least. So that's a W. And these guys who are picking up fuel from here going to here, he's going to sink them. This is also, again, very nice for him to be doing this. Not only is he torpedoing his own fuel, but he's also not using his torpedo bombers in the Philippines. This is very nice. No idea why he's doing that, but okay. And all of my planes are on naval strike. We will see what they do. He's bombing again an empty base. Oh no, never mind. He's bombing the troops at least. Perhaps he's afraid of something? Afraid of those guys who are marching right towards his face, perhaps. Here are our Catalinas going for a strike. Now, I didn't particularly want to strike these guys. I wanted to strike the retreating cargo ships from over here, but fortunately you cannot order your ships to target far away. You can only do it for close range. And unfortunately he of course has at least one squad doing cap. And he completely demolishes these guys. Probably more have been lost than that. 7 of them make it through, and take a guess what we find? Sub chasers. Weirdly enough, I don't exactly know why he's like, we don't exactly have subs, right? So I don't exactly know what he was expecting by bringing those guys here. Like, destroyers and cruisers make sense, right? But why not patrol, you know, the lanes with your sub chasers? I guess he just likes to do short bombardment with his sub chasers. Okay. And we sink one. The number 1. These guys are actually very nice. They have like 19 knots speed. And they have deep water depth charges. And they also have decent range. These guys are very good sub chasers. And here we go. Here are our P-40s. Doing naval strike. Of course, we are only going to find sub chasers. At least he did the smart thing by he just moved everything away, which I'm not quite sure is very smart, because that means he doesn't really have much supply. But you know, maybe he knows something I don't. And we sink another one, and another one will probably sink. Again, these guys are all very good sub chasers. Losing them, they are not very replaceable for Japan. Those shitty patrol ships, easy. Like, you can sink 50 of them, it will not matter for Japan. These guys are a little more valuable, because you only get like, I don't know, 30 of them or something, right? So, killing like 5 of them, or however many we sink, is a number. Here we go, another 2, probably dead. What in God's name? He bombed these guys. out of everyone. Yeah. Okay, I guess he just thinks differently than I do. He really does not seem to like bombing airfields. I personally target airfields all the time because taking out the enemy's abilities to strike is much more important than killing like 5 squads. But who knows. So last turn I expected him to go here with his carrier. He's not. He was here and he just went here to support his landings here. I guess not a horrible choice to provide cap. Perhaps he was afraid of my torpedo bombers. He does not know that I rebased all of them in Palembang. But as a result of this, he is able to strike at Singapore. That's okay. But a bunch of my stuff that I full speeded out of here did manage to leave. You can't exactly see it right now, but a bunch of ships actually managed to leave. So that is very nice. 13 to 11 Kates make it through. I think we shot down like 2. And the Dominion Monarch, unfortunately, is here. And she takes... Yeah, we even killed 0, that's nice. She takes 3 torpedoes and sinks. She was loading troops, but thankfully not much was loaded. Compared to what the losses could have been if he moved his carrier here, however, that is a very little amount of casualties. Yeah, abandoned ship. Our ASW, all of our planes at Pearl Harbor are on ASW. And therefore, there you go. Now these guys, I intended for them to pick up some troops and evacuate to Sabang. Unfortunately, of course, he had torpedo planes in Phantom Pay. I completely expected this. They didn't really have much of a chance of surviving. And they all sink. Unfortunate. Again, thankfully they did not have much stuff on them. Perhaps that is what he was doing with his torpedo bombers on the first turn too. Right, like maybe he just had them on naval strike and he just disregarded like bombing stuff. Because on the first turn I simply did not move anything. So he had nothing to bomb, to torpedo, right? So no airstrike. He's sweeping all over the place except the one place he should, which is weird. But okay, like Georgetown, why not bomb with Georgetown? Not even scouting it for some reason. Okay, like now he's cutting it. Okay, and he finally wised up to our guys bombing here, but I guess not clearly enough. And these guys finally hit a good target. It's an APD. And we failed to hit us. Yeah, unfortunate. We once again target these guys, but his zeros are making short work of our Catalinas. Not nice. Hopefully we are at least causing some ops damage. Because if they... You know, if a zero falls anywhere here, he can't exactly be recovered. And we are strafing yet another sub-chasers down. I forget how many this is in total. I'll cover it afterwards. And another 34. Again, imagine if he used his torpedo bombers to bomb Clark Field instead of fucking around in Nanchang. And we even killed zero somehow. And another 2 sub-chasers down. Very nice. Yet more. These guys are of course the shitty old planes and they don't even get through. Okay. I feel kind of bad using them for that because I would rather put the pilots into training, right? But I guess. And here are his battleships. I guess he did in the end go for a day 2 invasion of Marsing, which is not a bad idea. That alone is not a bad idea, just so you know. Of course, he went for a day 3, sorry, invasion, so not exactly great. He does minimal damage, and we can see what he has. Okay, he even has a PB in there. Okay, and he is invading. Take a look with 1 regiment and 1, 2, 3. No, 2 regiments. Not even, Jesus Christ. Take a look at how split up this is. This is a quarter of a regiment. Yeah. And some naval guards. He only has 1 recon. I dare say he will be stuck over here for quite a long time. We will see what we do about it. I am quite an aggressive player, so we'll see what we do there. He's invading Guam with what I do not know. He's attacking us here, of course. We don't even retreat somehow, which is not good because you actually want to retreat so that you don't die, you know. And over here, of course, he's attacking us on the wrong road to Hong Kong. I had hoped foolishly that I could retreat in this direction, but I didn't. I wasn't able to. Yeah. But at least we delay him for 1 day of marching. And he pursues us. Okay. Not actually that much damage, you know. These guys were gonna die very soon anyway, so not a big loss. And he is attacking here with... he just kills an unit instantly, but he doesn't actually have that much here. He has some SNLF guys and 1 brigade. and some broken SNLF guys. And even like, take a look, he really did not plan this invasion well. He has like a fifth of this regiment here. This is what this means. He overloaded and he very much split up his task forces, which is not good for your troops. Unfortunately, we do lose quite a lot. But there you go. And his big invasion is here. I say big. The 1 division that's here is attacking. And he has the 21st Air Flotilla. For some goddamn reason. I do not know. And because he retreated immediately, right, with all of his troops, he's kind of stranded here. Of course, it's not nice to lose these guys, but there you go. Of course, they capture it. And the biggest loss is that we had some damaged P-40s here that we could not get out. Unfortunate. And he is attacking us with Kuantan, of course. He will take it. He unloaded everything here for some reason. And he's chasing us with some of his troops, which is okay. This is to be expected on day 2. Day 3, I guess. Some damage here, not actually killing us. And over here we notice, I told you previously that this was clearly not enough to take Cotabato. And I was right. Take a look at what they have. This is pathetic. Soon enough we may even be able to go on the offense. But this means that we deny him this space. This means that he cannot move supply up and down this road. which once he gets here will be quite critical in railing stuff down, right? So, meaning that he either defers some force to go here, or he sits. He simply never takes this base. Not a great option either way. And over here in Bhutan, he unloaded 2 SNLF guys. Unfortunately, he did bombard us, so we don't exactly have any strength. But we are retreating all of our units into the mountains here. So, doesn't really matter either way. Oh, and they retreat in the wrong direction. That's not nice. But whatever, these guys are basically dead anyway. Yeah, they just had 700 guys. Whatever. And that's it, pretty much. Let's see, anything else important? I can't exactly remember right now. When I get the setup, I will be able to look at it. Oh yeah, and of course the second day. I'm dumb. I forgot about the second day. Of course, he's still unloading here. He doesn't hit anything, wasting ammunition. That's always good. Our ASW patrol's doing a good job of being a torpedo weight. You know, I am kind of regretting pulling all of my torpedo planes from Singapore. Although who knows how much cap he has there. Again, very good ASW. Again, our ASW good, guys. Once again, our ASW guys. Claps for all our depth charge manners. And here you go. The Indianapolis coming back. Him having no luck whatsoever. I do wonder how much. So these bolos that just spotted a bunch of ships are not actually on naval search. They're on ASW. But they see only, like, they say that they only search them, which is a bit weird, but okay. He's sweeping us in weird places, okay. And he's bombing these guys, okay. Oh yeah, with these guys, I'm just going to annoy him. That's my job in life. I feel very bad for what I'm about to do to him. Take a look, by the way. If I can. This guy, I have a little task force here, which I'm gonna move in here. I feel so bad for him. I feel so incredibly bad for him. Same with these guys. They're just gonna go here and stay here. I feel so bad for him having to deal with all these tiny little task forces that are going all around the place. But that's what you sign up for when you play against an allied player. And again, he's bombing us here instead of bombing the Philippines. Very good job. He's even sweeping us foolishly over Johor Bahru, not even over Singapore for some reason. This time over Singapore. And I guess acceptable losses. Maybe he has some ops losses. He's not even managing, you see, he's not even managing to sink a completely unescorted cargo convoy. Like, when I tell you guys that this game has bias towards allied torpedo planes, this is what I mean. And here you go. Bombing all the wrong places. Okay. Here we go again in the Philippines. Time to lose all our planes again. Oof. We do destroy a 0, and again, when we lose a plane, they are more than likely going to survive. He's not so much. And we make it through sheer numbers. This time we only bomb some shitty patrol planes, I mean patrol boats. Bombing those guys, that's so incredibly useless, I must say. I could not wish for a better outcome. And look, take a look at this. He has torpedo planes over here, but instead of... I guess he doesn't know that we have a task force here, right? But out of an abundance of caution, he should deploy them on long-range naval search, right? That's what a defensive-minded player would do, right? Perhaps he's not thinking in those terms. You saw that. 6 planes, 2 unescorted ships. Who cares? I bet he has some very good skills on those pilots too. You know, I'm kind of regretting not heading into Canton immediately. But whatever. And he's sweeping? No, we are attacking again, right? Unfortunate. We do kill 0. That is good. Every little 0 that we can kill is very good. The I-4 is detected, and the I-6 as well. Our patrol, our ASW is going very well. I'm very glad that I set up all those... That I set up my ASW properly. And he is attacking us here again, and they are retreating. And he's for some reason, chasing us. I don't quite understand why. Unless he intends to try to take Changsha with a half-assed force. That would be kind of weird. And unsuccessful, but okay. He's attacking us again, without much success. I guess better than nothing, but okay. And we, of course, this is not all of our troops, right? This is only one, the one that crossed the river is doing a shock attack. I forget which one. Probably the 72nd, yeah. This one that is completely broken, clearly. I don't think these numbers are actually representative properly. Yeah, you can see. And we do lose a bunch of troops. But take a look, he only has one division here. He must have hurried this one. So with this 39th, usually you only have these 3 units here, right? That is normal. With these guys, he must have went over here and then went back. Which is very good for us, because it allows us to escape with everybody else. He has 0 other units to chase us with. Therefore, being able to control where our units are going and both where his units are going. This is the power of going on the offensive in China. You can essentially dictate where your opponent has to be. And that's exactly what I wanted to do. Instead of being cut down and chased one by one and, you know, being destroyed with my units, I would rather bunch them up together and fight properly. Even though we may sustain more casualties. And there we go. That's the first turn. That's the combat replay. Now on to the setup. Alright, and now we're back with the setup. Now, let's get on right with the end of the turn. since we have quite a lot of stuff to get through. First of all, the losses. Take a look. Pretty bad, 4-1. But most of them have been spent doing God's work. This is not quite that nice, 25 due to ops, but what do you expect? Out of those 100, only 16 are dead. 8 missing and 21 wounded. So it happens. We do also have some more kills. One of them died, unfortunate. When we'll take a look at the ship losses, the Japanese, apparently that ship that hit a mine was a submarine. Let me lower the music volume, actually. There you go. Besides that, pretty much we sunk at least 5 good sub-chasers. These guys are quite nice. They upgrade in February, I'm pretty sure. And they get deep water torps. I mean, depth charges. And they're pretty good. They have good endurance. Yeah. They are top notch. Now our bad boys over here patrolling the seas have done a good job. Take a look at my new patrols. These guys are of course in preparation for me moving my carriers back. And these guys are just clearing the water for future convoys. Same here. Now our boys in the air actually did quite a good job, since you can see all of these subs everywhere. And when we take a look at the ops, quite a lot of spotting. This is also the first time that I noticed like a bolo reporting radio transmissions. And this is right here. So, interesting. But there you go, we can take a look. Not that much to report on, honestly. Ship-wise, anyway. Let's also look at the SIGINT, and I was, by the way, an absolute idiot. I did not take a look at the SIGINT for the first turn, but I'm not gonna show it now. There's only one information that's pretty useful. On this turn, not that much useful stuff. If you notice anything, please point it out. You can see some forces moving to Lingayen and to Kotabaru and such. One of the things that is quite important that we did not notice was the 33rd Division moving to Lingayen. This means that it is not, as I presumed, going to Bangkok to invade Burma. So, that is essentially guaranteeing that Burma will not be invaded so early, which is nice. Now on the map, first of all, let's start with China. We are moving, we are annoying him to no end. For example, these guys are going into behind him to cut him off while he marches into Hong Kong. Our boys are actually still loading. Yeah. They just loaded, just finished loading. And now they're gonna go to Quanchawang, or however you pronounce it, to unload some fuel. Somehow his torpedo bombers did not sink them, so that's an absolute meme. Over here, now you may be wondering what the hell was they doing over here. So here's the problem for the Chinese. They either need to... This terrain is horrible, it's all clear. And you need to go to safe ground, right? Either here, here, or here, right? Now, there are two ways of doing this. One is to just run, but that's not actually that good of an idea, because they will catch up with you, and they will kill you piece by piece. That's how the Japanese do stuff. So, instead, I attacked him, concentrated everything into one hex, so at least we have a fair fight on our heads. And this also allows all of our other units, these guys are going in here to take Fuchao, and further down, these guys are The supply line to Wenkao is still open, and yeah, as you can see, some supply and fuel got in. We are also gonna build supply. We're rebuilding these units. Take a look, they can rebuild to no end, so this is very good. This is all going to plan. We also have a unit in here that's gonna build entrenchment. So once these guys get kicked out, they're gonna... We obviously cannot attack. Let's see. They're gonna get kicked out, and then we're gonna go here. In the meantime, he isn't going to be able to catch any more units because we have already vacated the area. So there you go. He also panicked about this. He perhaps didn't quite know how much force we have. So he committed his strikes to Nanchang instead of bombing Clark, which is very foolish. Because take a look. For example, our subs made it back to port. That's hilarious. He also just pulled back everything, which I guess isn't dumb, right? Besides this, apparently we did not attack this, okay? But, whatever. Because he is now aware of us attacking him, we are putting everything, all of our P40Es on cap, everything on full cap, because I'm presuming he will attack Clarkfield now. We don't have that many things in there, and we also, most of our Catalinas are dead, and I'm just gonna evacuate these ones next turn. Should I even launch a strike? Sure. Why not? Further in China, pretty much everything is moving to the right location. Our air forces are taking a break. In Chongqing, take a look. We are moving. We have quite a lot of artillery and some infantry. And we are, even though they still need to rebuild, right? See, I would very much like these guys to rebuild and rest and gain some morale and experience. We kind of need them in Hukokong, so I'm moving them together with the Central Reserve to Yun, and from here they're gonna be railed down to Kukong to further assist us. And if something happens over here, we can just redirect them. This is all going very well. In the north, nothing much happens. We are going to continue to blockade him everywhere. These guys are disorganized. Yeah. We're also gonna cut him off in a million directions. Such is the case. Over here, this is something very annoying. Our aircraft, a bunch of our aircraft is stuck here because they cannot move. Until we get this, or where is it? Some base force somewhere. We cannot move this aircraft. So bit unfortunate, but there you go. In Burma, things are going into place. Our force convoys are arriving with some fuel. You look at this absolute train out of here. Not everything is completely set up this turn, but it will be soon enough. For example, a bunch of these guys are arriving on rails. When something happens, I will mention it. Right now, not much is happening besides me reorganizing everything. Some units just arrived in Cape Town, not much. We're gonna wait for a little more for some more units. Where are our guys coming into here? Okay, not these guys. Here's the 18th. It's still moving. It's gonna arrive sometime. I have also, by the way, done the logistics in Java. Things are getting out of here because he was very slow for some reason to intercept us over here, so we're just gonna leave, I guess. I didn't suspect he will allow us to do this, but there you go. Now, because he was so timid with his carriers, and he did a half-assed Mersing landing, we are able to actually we brought these guys, take a look, here, together with some of these guys, completely unharmed. And we got these two units in Palembang with torpedoes. And together, soon enough, we're gonna have, this is 52, something like 60 torpedo-based bombers in Palembang. This is very nice, and I also have some escorts. In Malaya we are very much dying, but what can you do? At least we are putting up a fight. Now further down, we also have some subs getting into position, some ships leaving. But of course, the main course is here. The Sabe task force. Take a look. They are here. They are fully rearmed, repaired, refueled. Amazing commander. Full speeding. These are the settings. Max to react. I'm not completely sure about this, but I guess this is okay. And they're going straight into Bubble Dub, and afterwards, hopefully, they get to retreat. We'll see how we do a retreat. Full task force. I even have some ships left over. These guys are just gonna go back because they are a little damaged. And because he somehow did not blockade us properly, we also laid some mines here. Because he didn't blockade this place properly, for some reason, we are actually able to unload some stuff. Some supply in Mindanao, okay. Everything got in here, take a look. Some forces, not everything. These guys are retreated in the wrong direction, but everything is set to build up over here. And we can simply pull in some supply from Tarakan when we need it. Same with these bases. I'm gonna use some tiny task forces to bring in some supply, and I don't care if they die. Also, these guys are making a final escape from the Philippines. If they die, they die. Same with these guys. That's good. These guys of course died, but what can you do? I have been thinking really hard because he just landed at Mersing. These guys, should I send them to Singapore or not? I could reverse my decision and just load them up and send them to Singapore. But I really want to displace this unit because it really disrupts his troops and his rail line and his planes. If he does not have these two bases, it will be quite difficult for him to operate a great deal of aircraft. He also, as you can see, we are an annoying little pest, and we arrived here and we are completely blocking the path for these units. Yeah, so that's going very nice. So I think I'm gonna keep going, but everything else is indeed going to Singapore. And a lot of stuff already arrived. Yeah. Let me actually take a look. For example, the Australians, they're pretty much rebuilt. Okay. And they have good AV and such. Again, I still need to do a little setup, but things are mostly right. Maybe I'll put a couple of these guys on rest. Yeah. Just to get that morale a little higher. Because I do not like it the way that it is. It is today. There you go. I considered striking out and attacking them, but just from the numbers, I think they actually came in with more units that are gonna be landing next turn. So I don't think I can hold on. But because he's gonna attack and he's gonna sit there here for a turn, he's not gonna be able to actually move out anywhere. So a bunch of our stuff is going to get into Singapore. And because his rail line is cut, and I'm going to cut it further, I'm not worried about anything else. There you go. Our subs are getting into position, you can see. Oh yeah, and our recon. So we are not detected here. Heavy rain, perhaps weather helped us. But we do have a decent, question mark, air scouting in this region. Also some here, yeah. And we detected two task forces. One of them is moving north, presumably to help these guys. And one of them, this is going right into Babaldob. I'm very much hoping that they are an invasion convoy, perhaps with some troops or something, moving into Babaldob. Maybe some oilers, who knows. But we know he has two carriers here. I was, by the way, very dumb on the first turn. I could have seen that the Tayo is here, but I missed it. And of course the BBs and one carrier, I'm not sure about these numbers. Questionable. The only carrier that I know is unaccounted for is the Zuiho, and I'm not particularly afraid of it. But I guess we are in an enviable position. We are quite defensive over here. Again, a bunch of stuff is moving into Tajilijap and Bandung, including supply. And given enough time and rest, I do think that our troops will get some decent experience and morale going in Java, because we have infinite supply in Palembang and Java. Do not forget this. This is not the case in the Philippines or Malaya. So we can actually put up a defense over here. Hopefully it will be enough to deter him for a little bit. I apparently also, by the way, just now I noticed this guy. Hello? I completely missed this guy. That sure is interesting. There you go. You go ahead and lay some mines too. There you go. We did lay some mines here. Yeah. Good number of them. And here. And here. Oh yeah, and did we reach here? No. But I am sending these guys out to lay mines in Ambon. Our Australians arrived here with some supply too. This is of course very good. Where are these guys? These guys need to repair. Actually, I think I want these guys on naval strike. Yeah. Because for some reason he didn't invade here. Why, I do not know. But I am glad he did. He did not. Because that allows us to pull these guys, right? Pull some supply. And also, you know, just have a little extra scouting base here. In Australia, he's for some reason not even close to here. We are transporting the Lark Battalion, of course. A good amount of it. Yeah. Let's take a look. And these are rifles. I don't even remember these guys. Ah, okay. Yeah, they're nearly done. And these guys are gonna... Ah, yes. They did an evacuation for the Rabal detachment. But of course they couldn't pick up everything for some reason. Very smart. But they will of course surrender when the Japanese come in. I don't quite understand why he is so afraid to come in. He did just come in at Guam. The Penguin is running out. We'll see what they do. Besides this, also, by the way, our first some more ASWs deployed, yeah, but our first convoy is departing San Francisco and going towards ADAC using this route. Hopefully, no interception, just with some supply because I need these guys and these guys transported to ADAC and I have no transports. So there you go. Also, some ships are gonna arrive soon enough in Seattle to be able to transport supply to Alaska. This is all very good. Of course, some of our troops are arriving at Tacoma for training and a bunch of stuff in San Francisco. Again, soon enough, we're gonna transport everything out, including this aircraft. Take a look, everything is here. All is very nice, having so many aircraft. Same with these ships. Many ships, not enough escorts, but that's the life. I didn't actually take a look over here yet. We see some of our transports arriving. Once they get into position, we're gonna transport them all out at once. Why am I not training with these guys? Okay. I forgot about them apparently. Okay. And more stuff arriving in Australia. Everything that should be going here is. Unfortunately, I don't really have much more to report here. What are you doing? Oh yeah. For example, ships like this. I put them to convert. They will convert to in February. Yeah. No need to do it now, but good to have them. Besides this, not much else to report, honestly. Some flight going to Pago and more ships going to Numea. Yeah, a bunch of stuff is happening at once. Mainly this Elno Sabe Task Force, but over here it really depends on what he does. If he comes into here very aggressive like and tries to blockade us, we may be able to get a counter strike in. Otherwise, frankly, we are simply going to build up fortifications and supply, and yeah, we're gonna be able to stop him at least for a while. Of course, I don't foresee Malaya surviving much longer, but this is about. I'm also gonna try to rescue this guy, this LCU, as quickly as I can, but not now because obviously he has his carriers here. But take a look, they are going south, southwest. They should have done this last turn, but I don't know why he did not go like here. He would have done a lot more damage had he gone here. And same for same thing applies here with his air flotilla. I still do not understand why he brought an air flotilla into a size 2 airfield. At least here it will make sense because you know, you can build this up quicker, but I don't know. Whatever. And we also have not seen any sweeps over Rangoon. We have our boys on full cap. I modified their pilots, brought in some new guys. Also these leaders, pretty much all of them are new, yeah. They're at least decent. Some Chinese leaders also got modified. So yeah, he can, and because we have retreated or advanced in pretty much everywhere to a defensive position, frankly, from his point of view, I don't really see much he can do against us. other than perhaps just grind us down. What was I looking for? Oh, yeah. If we look at our reinforcements, our first, I will also get some stuff. That's a region locked, of course. Unfortunately, we don't get that many like new units quickly. We're gonna have to wait at least a little bit. And of course for PP points, because we did consume quite a lot of PP points. So yeah, especially for stuff on the US, in US. For example, this, where is it? This Marine Regiment, I really want to put them together, but I cannot right now. Same perhaps with some aircraft. One of the problems that I am encountering, for example in India, is, for the British in general, is that I have some frontline squads, but I have basically none in the back. So essentially I have no reserve training units, which is very weird, because I essentially cannot both train and have a frontline at the same time. I have to do one or the other. The only things that I do have a reserve of is these shitty light level bombers, which I'm only going to be training for ASW for now. And they are not big enough squads, and I do not have enough planes, so same frankly for the Americans to some degree. Like, take a look. I do not, first of all, pet peeve of mine, I have no idea why in God's name they operate so many one aircraft squads. Like, what exactly are you trying to train? I do not know. But there you go. Soon enough they will get training. I'm just doing ASW for a little while just to spot some stuff and help our initial convoys. Ship-wise, actually, let's take a look. We received some stuff relatively quickly, but this is nice, some destroyers and some cargo stuff. But our first big arrival is the Yorktown, and as I told you earlier, I'm gonna send my carriers to Alaska to bother him. Because frankly, from a Japanese perspective, if you really want to win the war, you have to dedicate everything in the south. So other than some training units, you can't exactly leave anything in Japan. Meaning that if the Americans come in force in the north, you can't exactly do much against it without completely ruining your effort in the south. So that's what I'm going to do. Let's see how he reacts. Maybe he realizes it's a ruse. Maybe he realizes that I'm just trying to bait him. Or maybe he overreacts. I do not know. But we will try. Because an early confrontation I do not want. I do not think I will be able to win such a confrontation. So I will be doing this. Let's hope it works. I'm very excited for next turn. Oh no. I'm gonna be very much hoping he El no sabe, because if he does, he's going to find out. He is going to become very much aware next time. That is enough for this video. Thanks for watching and see you next time.